welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Hello and welcome back to the official podcast of the Macron Northern Counties East League. And here's my roundup of the games played last weekend. And what a weekend it proved to be once again. It delivered everything: goals, comebacks, red card, chaos, and two clubs now just 90 minutes away from Step 4 football. Let's start with the big one, the Premier Division playoffs. Beverley Town and Tadcaster Albion will meet in next weekend's final after both came through tense, dramatic semi-finals on Saturday. At Norwood Park, Beverley edged a fiery contest against Barton Town, winning 1-0, thanks to a 71st minute penalty from Macaulay Snellgrove. Just under 1,000 spectators packed in, and they witnessed a second half that descended into chaos. 5 red cards shown in total, 4 of them to Barton, including one after the final whistle. Beverley held their nerve and their season rolls on. Over at the home of football stadium, Tadcaster Albion produced one of the comebacks of the season. Trailing 2-0 to Sheffield after first half goals from Alex Hardwick and Sam Greenhouse, they looked dead and buried with 15 minutes to go. But football loves a twist. Tadcaster even missed a penalty before Miguel Casimir struck twice late on, including an injury time equaliser to force penalties. And in the shootout, the Brewers kept their cool, winning 4-3 to book their place in the final. So it's Beverley versus Tadcaster next weekend. Beverley hosting and looking to go one better than last season after finishing playoff runners-up to Hallam last time out. Elsewhere in the Premier Division, the final regular season match took place as Knaresborough Town beat champions Liversedge 2-1. Slater, Bark and Barnes scored both goals for the hosts, either side of an equaliser from Alfie Dean. Despite the defeat, Liversedge still finished the campaign a huge 14 points clear at the top. Into Division 1 now, where most sides wrapped up their league campaigns with only a couple of midweek fixtures still to come. Wakefield and Worsborough Bridge Athletic both secured home advantage in next weekend's playoff semi-finals after confirming second and third place. Wakefield eased to a 4-1 win at Route 1 Rovers. Ifi Ofwegbu opened the scoring, and Musa Dukarai Conte own goal doubled the lead, and Tom Hinton and Eliel Anku made it 4 by half-time. Anis Yunis pulled one back for the hosts after the break. Worsborough, meanwhile, beat bottom place Glasshout and Welfare 3-0, with goals from Akram Lazalia, Harrison Marvin and Jake Squires. Harrogate Railway Athletic and Leeds UFCA already know they're in the playoffs. They'll find out their semi-final destinations once Worsborough complete their final fixture on Tuesday. Railway came from behind to win 2-1 at Selby Town thanks to Nathan Heaton and Alex Ingham, overturning an early strike from Maximilian Bower. Leeds UFCA rounded off their regular season with a 2-0 home win over Ilkley Town, courtesy of Omar Sanyang and Finley Ellis. Champions Dernan District ended their record-breaking season in fitting fashion, a 4-0 win at Crowell Colts. A key and guest double plus goals from Joshua Dacre and Adam Baskerville sealed it. Their final tally of 110 points is the highest ever recorded in a Northern Counties East League season. Derna dropped just 16 points in their 42 games, an amazing record. They've also scored in every one of those 42 games. Big Town secured 6th place with a 3-0 win at Athersley Recreation, thanks to Adam Drury, Reece York and Donovan Day. Armthorpe Welfare climbed up to finish 7th after a 2-1 home victory over Doncaster City, led by a brace from Will Mendonca. There were plenty of goals elsewhere too. Clubthorne Colliery beat Nostell Miners Welfare 4-0, with Mark Newsham hitting a hat-trick. Gould matched that scoreline, beating Loughtown 4-0, as Louis McCabe struck twice late on. Even that result wasn't enough to save Gould manager Ewan Healy, who was fired after the game. South Leeds sealed a top-half finish with a 4-1 win over Winterton Rangers, James Law and Mark Ferguson both scoring twice. And Appleby Frodingham edged Maltby Maid 3-2, with goals from Nathan Jarman, Dean McCarthy and Joshua Frywald. That wraps up a huge weekend across the league. Playoff places secured, records broken, and a Premier Division final now set that promises to be a cracker. I'll be back next week with full coverage of that showpiece clash between Beverley Town and Tadcaster Albion. Until then, thanks for listening, and thanks as always for your amazing support.
The 99-2000 season, Premier Division top 5, first North Fraby United, second Brigtown, third Glasshoughton Welfare, fourth Liversedge, fifth Alverton Town. Bottom 3, bottom Thackley, second bottom Staveley Miners Welfare, third bottom Buxton. Division 1 top 3, first Goole AFC, second Glapwell, third Borrowish Victoria, bottom Hatfield Main. League Cup, Garforth Town. FA Cup, Brigtown and North Fraby United made the third qualifying round, and the FA Vars, Alfreton Town and Eccleston United made the fifth round.
Right, good evening and welcome to our piece of the NCEL podcast tonight. And as I always say, welcome to our listener who we do it all for. Well, tonight Aaron's working and Jordan's unavailable, so it's myself, Richard and Si. So, well, let's get straight into it. There were no matches on Friday night last week, so we'll go to the NCEL Premier Division playoff semi-finals. It was the North Bank versus the South Bank, and Sheffield versus Tadcaster. But we'll go to the Beverley match with our commentator who was at the game, Richard. Tell us what happened.
What's happened? Well, the clue was in the previous encounters. Both league games have finished Barton 0, Beverley 1. I thought that was the likely outcome, and that's what it was. I mean, there was nothing in it. The wind was very strong at one end. Barton played with the wind in the first half. Didn't really take advantage of it. Beverley had it in the second again, and I don't think either side created a clear-cut chance in the whole game. If there was one player who might create something, I thought that was Macaulay Snellgrove of Beverley, who I thought had an outstanding game, and ultimately he got the winning goal. Converting the penalty, you won't see a better taken penalty. Charlie Dixon had no chance whatsoever. It was a great strike.
Was it a penalty? Was it a penalty?
It was given as a penalty. I think there was 999 there. I think 990 would say it wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't.
There was a long ball played forward. Defender and forward going for it. Defender has is the closest to it. The ball bounces about a bit. They come together. The forward goes down, and the referee gives a penalty. The forward at no stage looked like getting control of the ball, and didn't really look like it was going to get it. There was another defender coming round. It was well, if you're going to get penalties for that, it was a very poor decision in my opinion. So that's the only thing galling about the tie. You don't mind getting beaten, and I would have predicted it was going to be 1-0 before. But to be beaten by a penalty like that, I mean, it looked as if it was going to head to penalties. But no, it never at any stage looked like anybody was going to get the breakthrough. But Beverley finished second in the league. They deserve to be there. Barton have played them 3 times this season and really haven't really looked like scoring against them either time. So
right.
Yeah, disappointing. Well, I mean, not disappointing. I think at the start of the season, she said to Barton they're going to be 5th. They would have been delighted, but it wasn't to be.
But it was a bit of an instant match, wasn't it? Really, because I'm looking at the.
So I was going to say that's not the full story, is it?
I mean, the last. I mean, it was really stoppage time that we had all the flourish of activity. So first of all, Barton sub comes on, gets a yellow card for which is fair enough, and then there's a Barton player break. Beverley player breaks away and he brings another one down. So red card, no problem at all with that. Then in stoppage time, there's a little melee. It's difficult to say exactly what has gone on, but I think a Barton defender has kicked out, and that's probably a fair enough red card. The melee continues, and the referee comes back with 2 further red cards for Barton and a red card for Beverley. Now, one of the red cards was somebody who had already been substituted for Barton, and you can't. I've had a look at the footage. You can't see what's gone on. The Beverley player sent off is absolutely gobsmacked. He's been sent off. Whether it was mistaken identity, I don't know. But it didn't look to do a lot. I mean, if you were going to send 2 off in the incident from Barton, there certainly should have been at least 1 going from Beverley. But the second half, so what was it? 5 red cards. Just
5 red cards, yeah.
baffling.
Yeah,
Absolutely baffling. The referee didn't have a great second half. And like say 3 of them in stoppage time and 1 just before.
Yeah. So all these red cards came towards the end. But when I look at the site, I saw the substitute come on in the 85th minute. I thought, well, he's not been on long before he's.
No. He did one mistimed tackle he got a yellow card from, and then the second one he pulled somebody back, and fair enough, second yellow card, no problem with that at all.
Yeah, because I googled this week because you had 4 players sent off, but you were down to 8 men last minute or so. But what I was thinking, how far do you have to go down before a game's abandoned? Well, if you got less than 7, less than
7, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. So
7.
Yeah.
There was a famous incident of Neil Warnock tried to get was it Sheffield down to 7, didn't he, in one game at Arsenal at one time? I think it was something like that.
Going back a few years, yeah.
I mean, I think there was only about 20 seconds played after when the game restarted after this melee.
Was there any reaction from the Barton manager to the referee afterwards, or did he say have any kind words for the referee? Probably not.
I think he's the comment that I've seen was I mean, he was talking about the penalty, really. He hasn't really seen much of what's gone on in the melee afterwards. His comment about the penalty was that's unacceptable, was his comment.
Yeah. It's a very incident-fueled match, really. And might be 1-0.
It was an incident-fueled stoppage time. Apart from that, through the 90 minutes, they cancelled each other out. There was very little going in. There was a penalty incident and a melee in stoppage time, and that's about the tie.
Yeah.
I was going to ask for this: who didn't turn up? Because didn't they have like 1,000 tickets, and they had then the attendance was 999. So somebody didn't turn up.
Yeah. Yes.
It wasn't Aaron, was it?
He was there, but whoever didn't turn up should definitely be named and shamed.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pity Aaron's not here tonight. I'd like to know what his comments were on the day when you're commentating. I feel sorry for one person in this match though, and that's the Beverley Town match secretary. I don't know how he kept up with it all.
It'd be hard work on that app.
It would, because you have to do bookings, substitutions. I mean, Beverley made 5 substitutions. Beverley made 5 substitutions. Barton made 4. 5 people sent off. It'd be worn out, would whoever's match secretary after the game, wouldn't he?
I mean, the Barton player sent off who'd already been substitute. I never saw him get sent off. I'd thought, what's all this? Where's these 5 red cards come from? I only saw 4.
Well, that must be a record. It must be a record for a North County East match. I would imagine that 5 red cards.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, and there becomes somebody making the fines because they have to pay fines. Is it the club or the player pays the fines if he gets sent off?
Well, I mean, when I was last involved at that side, it was always the player who paid the fine. I didn't take out of his wages.
Right.
But whether that's still the case, I don't know.
No, because Barton, if the club have to pay it, there'd be quite a bit of money to pay out there for 4 people. Yeah. Anyhow, I think we better quickly move on to the second playoff semi-final then now, and that was Sheffield and Tadcaster. Now, we said last week that I think it was Jordan said that Tadcaster played Sheffield a few weeks ago, went to Sheffield and won 4-0. But on Saturday, it finished 2-2. Sheffield was 2-0 up at half time. And then Miguel Casamina got to 70th goal and 90th to bring it to 2-2. So then it was extra time, because they do play extra time, don't they? I think that's right.
No, it went straight to penalties, didn't
Straight to
it?
penalties.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
did
don't
it?
do extra time.
Oh, I'll take
Yeah,
that back then. Well, because we had that discussion last week, we wasn't
yeah.
sure,
I
was we?
read something. It was go to extra time, but it didn't. It was going straight to penalties.
Right. Well, I'll take two then. It went straight to penalties, and and Tadcaster came out the victors, 4-3 on the day. So now they're into the final. Congratulations to Tadcaster, because I think Richie, you said last week that Tadcaster is on a great run of form.
Yeah.
So I last looked to see when they last lost. It was on the February the 7th when they was at home to Liversedge, and then the previous week they lost at home to Barton. So they lost two
Yeah,
games on
they've
the
never looked
trot.
back since.
And they've never looked back since, no. So they've gone 12 games unbeaten in all competitions, so they're in good form.
Yeah, talk about
So
finding your form at the right time.
absolutely. So it should be a cracking match on Saturday. No, with Beverley v Tadcaster to get into the Northern Premier League. So I reckon it'll be another full house for Beverley, another 999 there, I would imagine.
You would think so.
I would say
Yeah.
it's something around for Tadcaster as well. Is that you're 2-0 down with 12 minutes to go, and to come back from that and do it on penalties. I mean, although for Sheffield you've got to be gutted, haven't you? If you're them,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's snatching defeat from the jaws of victory there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen the video of the match from one of the YouTube creators, and even the penalty shootout was both penalties, first penalty scored, both second penalties missed, both third penalties scored, fourth ones both missed, and then it's sudden death, then, isn't it? And it was the sixth penalty that was scored for Tadcaster, and then I can't remember if it was saved or missed. That got Sheffield for the Sheffield one that got Tadcaster the win.
Yeah. When you get to the penalties, it's anybody's game, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a toss-up, really. But good, well done for Tadcaster. Commiserations to Sheffield, because their manager's Phil Powell. He used to play at Goole quite a few years ago. So Sheffield will be back still in the Premier League next year, NCL. So hopefully they go one better next year.
I think I'll be putting my money on Sheffield to go up next year.
Yeah, I think they'll be strong, because I think they've just built a new stand as well. Somebody was saying.
Yeah,
They've
new
opened a new
owner, haven't
stand.
they? A new stand.
Yeah. So they're going to be strong favourites, I would think, next year.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Right then, there was one match in the NCL Premier Division. It was Knaresborough 2, Liversedge 1. A bit of a shock, Liversedge, but I can't remember the last time they lost, but it was a good win for Knaresborough, unless Liversedge maybe took the foot off the gas because they've won the league and going up. It could be that, couldn't it? So right, we'll delve into Division 1. We'll start at the top. Appleby beat Maltby 3-2 on Saturday. Armthorpe played Doncaster 2-1. Brigg won away at Athersley 3-0. Good win for Bloodthorn, 4-0 at home to Nostell. Cruel lost home to Durham District, so they've continued on their championship form, 4-0 to Durham District, 2-0 at half time. And then CN Guest in Adam Baskerville scored 2 goals in the second half, making it 4-0. Now, it's a pity Aaron and Jordan not here this week, because they had a bit of a goat meal of the week for when Goole was losing, but we actually won on Saturday. 4-0. Good display. It was 0-0 at half time. We then in the wind. We had the wind in the second half. We got a goal through Ollie McQuillan, Harry Wilson, and Lucas McCabe. Two goals late on. So we finished the season well, because we only had 1 point from the previous 4 games. So it sent the supporters home happy. So a good win to finish the season off for us. Leeds UFCA, who were in the playoffs, beat Ilkley Town 2-0. And then we go to Route 1 versus Wakefield. How did that end up, Si?
Yeah, a good win for us to finish the season off. I think it's two sides that like to play attractive attacking football, so it was a good match to watch. Although they had the better of the first sort of quarter of the game, and then we kind of got into our stride a little bit. Iffy Ofwegbu scoring on his full debut for us, with a great finish to get us going. There was an own goal which got us the second, as one of their players headed into his own net, sort of block. It was from a set piece free kick that was then crossed in, and unfortunately he was trying to clear and head it into his own net past his keeper. 39 minutes, Tom Hinton got another goal for him, which keeps him in the top 10 for the league scorers this season, which I think is pretty impressive for a midfielder. I don't know if any of the other players that are in that top 10, I don't know sort of what roles they have, but I don't know if there's any midfielders in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was maybe top midfielder scorer this season. And then Ellesmerville getting a goal just before half time, to secure the win for us. They pulled one back early in the second half, but didn't pull any further back after that. And yeah, thankfully we managed to keep Zach Cowan quiet, so he wasn't able to add to his tally against us, and increase his goal scoring for the season any further. But still finished on a massive score, didn't he? So
He
yeah,
did.
They did.
sets us up nicely for Saturday for us. And my first trip to Route 1, and really enjoyed it. I think they've got some really welcoming staff there. Very friendly group. It's one of those grounds that's like a little. I don't know if you want to say limited. You can't get round all of it, to view from, but it's got like a raised viewing area, so you're like overlooking the pitch, which is really good as well. So yeah, a nice day out despite occasional bad bursts of weather.
Mm. So Zach Can coming back off holiday because we thought he was on holiday last week. It didn't upset the apple cart. So a good performance by Wakefield.
Hopefully we keep that going now.
Yeah. Well, right, moving on then. Then we had Selby at home to Harrogate Railway, who were in the playoffs. Selby winning 1-0 at half time through Maximilian Botbuer. Though Harrogate came back in the second half through Nathan Heaton and Alex Ingram to get the 2-1 win. Not an easy place to go to Selby and get the win, so that's a good result for Harrogate. We'll come on to the playoffs on Saturday as we go down. Then South Leeds, there was at home to Winterton. And unfortunately, Winston lost 4-1, so they went to defeat in the final game of the season. 1-0 at half time through James Law to South Leeds. Then they had 3 more goals in the second half. Consolation goal for Winterton was Tom Pindar. Worsbridge Bridge were home to Glasshoughton, and that was finished 3-0 to Worsbridge, 2-0 at half time. And then Jake Squires got a goal in the 89th minute to make it 2-0. And then we'll just go on to the Division 1 games in the week. Then we'll look at the league tables for the Division 1. There was a very important game that on Tuesday night at Appleby, which I'm sure that all the Wakefield supporters will be keeping an eye on. And I bet Si was looking at his live scores during the evening.
I was.
Yeah. And it finished Appleby 0, Worsborough 3. So that moved Worsborough into second position and dropped Wakefield down into third. So as I think you said, Si, last week, that one result could change it all, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and credit to Worsborough that especially throughout the season they've been great, especially in the back half of the season. You think the run they've gone to get up to second, they had those games in hand. It's tough on the legs, is that? So yeah, to keep that pace going and get the points needed to clinch second. Well done them.
Yeah, very true. And then it's just on the Wednesday night, the last Division 1 game of the season, Doncaster were home to Louth, and it was 1-0 to Doncaster. through Michael Jones. Good crowd that night, 212 for Wednesday night. That's a good crowd. So we'll just have a quick look at the league tables for how Division 1 finished. It was Durham District, of course, they were already champions, 42 games, 96 points. Worsbrough with that 3-0 win, 42 games.
110 points, Bob.
110. Oh, I ain't got me. What
Yeah,
did I say?
That's the goal difference, 96.
Oh, yes, it is, yes. Thanks.
League record, isn't it? 110 points.
I'm doing a Bob to your Aaron.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that myself. Yeah. Right. Thanks for keeping me in check. Right. Worsbrough second, 42 games, 95 points. Wakefield third, 42, 93. So that was, if it had been a draw the other night, if it had been a draw, Wakefield would have stayed second in goal difference because they got a better goal difference. But
Yep.
it was not to be. Harrogate finished fourth with 91 points and finished fifth was Leeds UFCA on 83 points, 5 points in front of Brigg, who finished sixth. And we'll just look at the basement. It was Glassalton, 42 games, 10 points. Nostell, 42, 27. Winterton, 42, 34. And then, so those three teams are in the relegation spots. Then Athersley was finished 19th on 40 points, so they had a 6-point gap at the end. So moving on to the weekend's games then. That means that on Saturday, it's Worsbrough at home to Leeds and Wakefield at home to Harrogate Railway. So how do you see the Wakefield-Harrogate Railway game going, Si?
It's difficult. I think the thing that we've learned, especially from the weekend we've just had, and without sitting on the fence on this one, is that anything can happen in the playoffs. This is our fourth time, and we've learned that over the years as well. Anything can happen in these games. So I think they're so tight. It's fine margins, isn't it? It's difficult to predict for any of them. We have to overcome history and a bit of form if we're going to do anything. But I think we've got the capability to do it. But yeah, we've had 3 semi-finals in a row where we haven't won, so we have to kind of overturn that and actually get a win in order to get to the final. And even Harrogate, we've played them 9 times since we came in this division, and we've recorded 1 win. So it's all the figures point elsewhere, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So you never know. It's playoffs. It's like cup football in the end. At the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. And Harrogate's got ex-school player, but also ex-Wakefield, Jimmy Isles. Did he play for Wakefield? Yeah, so...
Yeah, he did, yeah. He's and also Josh Lockwood, who's in the Harrogate defence as well. Used to play for us because obviously his dad used to manage us back when we were in the Sheffield and Hallamshire League, Adam Lockwood.
All right. So there's some connections there. So on the other semi-final, it's Worsbrough at home to Leeds. That'll be a good match as well. I mean, because Leeds have had some good form in recent weeks, and they fully deserve their 5th position. So that'll be no easy game for Worsbrough. But looking at this scenario, if Wakefield were to win, right, and Leeds were to beat Worsbrough, because Worsbrough at home, but if Leeds were to beat Worsbrough, would Wakefield be? That's how it happens, is it? That's what it happens.
Yeah,
right.
So it's basically the higher division. When it comes to the final, it's again whoever finishes higher would have the home
Higher
tie.
in the league. Yeah.
So Worsbrough are in the position where they get, if they win, but if they win the semi-final, they obviously get home advantage for the final as well.
Yeah.
And that would be the case if Harrogate won against us. But yeah, if we win and Leeds win, then we would get the home tie the week after.
Yeah. Very good. I
think that's a tight game as well.
Oh, absolutely. But Worsbrough, they've got that slope, haven't they? That might be their advantage. Then again, it might not. So because they have that slope from left to right, so that's could help them. But we'll see come Saturday. I only ask these questions because our listener would like to know. So we just put our listeners straight. Then it's going on.
At least we've answered the one about the extra time now, haven't we? Because we know it goes straight to penalties.
Yeah.
we now know there's no extra time, so that's another
And the other discussion
question.
point we had before was about gate receipts, wasn't it? And they are split between both sides. I can confirm that.
Oh, very good. All right. Oh, that should
Well,
be.
for anyone else wanting to do like a quiz and have these points brought up in an NCL quiz, there you go. Got the answer for that one for you as well.
Yeah. Is there any truth
I
in
do
Rome
think that is a great question. Who didn't turn up out of the 1,000 tickets? That should be a quiz question.
That person deserves a prize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get them on next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any truth in the rumour that the Beverley Barton referee is going to be refereeing Wakefield Harrogate on Saturday? I don't know.
I won't be on next week because I'll lost my voice by then. Then, if that was the case,
I better move on quickly. I'll be getting letters from FA if I'm not careful. Just going on there is an important game next Tuesday night though, and that involves Tadcaster playing Route 1 Rovers in the West Riding Cup final. That's on Tuesday night. So that should be a good game. And I think I played at the headquarters at the West Riding, isn't it? So
yeah.
So that'll be a good game.
We've missed the match as well. Or are you coming back to that one? We had the League Cup semi-final. Rossington Main beating Route 1 Rovers 4-1 in midweek.
Yes, I was just going to come back to that side. Thank you.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't realise.
No, I had forgotten. Thank you, Aaron. Oh no, it's nine, isn't it? Yes, probably right. Yes, just going back to the semi-final of the NCEL Cup. Rossington were home to Route 1 Rovers on Tuesday night, and Rossington have booked their place in the final against Lewis Edge because they ran out 4-1 winners. And it was 3-0 at half time through Jack Watson. Got 2 goals in the first half. Then that goal scoring machine, Ross Hannah, he got the third. And then Ross Hannah got a fourth in the 85th minute. And then Reece Thompson got the consolation goal for Route 1. So it's 4-1. And Zach Khan, he didn't add it to his tally, but well done to Rossington on the night. A good result. Now they'll play Lewis Edge at Scunthorpe on May the 5th, 7:45 kickoff, in memory of James Hitchcock, the Bartown goalkeeper. So that should be a good match that night. Should be a good crowd.
I'm told that the Rossington Route 1 game was a lot closer than the scoreline would suggest. Apparently, Route 1 hit the woodwork a couple of times, and the Rossington goalkeeper made a few good saves.
Oh, right. Because I think Aaron was on about he was going to be going, wasn't he, to the game? You know.
He did, yeah.
So I don't know if he did or not, but yeah.
Adam Gittings was there as well and has covered it for his YouTube channel.
All right.
Friend of the podcast, Adam, and yeah, he's covered that one, so it's there for viewing on your YouTube selection.
Very good. Oh well.
I'll give him a plug there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Our listener will be probably tuned into that.
And they've done well, Rossington. When you think a few weeks ago they were second bottom, although they had games in hand, they looked in trouble.
Yeah. Didn't one of their ex-managers come back to help them out as well?
Yeah, Ben Hunter.
Ben Hunter, that's it. Yeah, I was trying to think of the name. But obviously it's worked, and Rossington have had a good finish to the season, haven't they, really?
Yeah.
But Tadcaster, I mean, they're in 2 finals in space of what 3-4 days, aren't they? So that's there's 2 big matches. But I would imagine be prioritising. Well, they want to win them both, but the Beverley match on Saturday is going to be the big one, isn't it? Really, it's get promotion to the Northern Premier League. So they'll be going all out for that. Right, we'll just have time to look at some stats and goal scorers. How it's all finished on the stats. Let's have a look. Top scorers. So I'm just going to look in the N Premier Division. It finished top scorer in the Premier Division this year was Alexander Hardwick from Sheffield with 34 goals. So unfortunately, they haven't got promotion. And then you got Nathan. I think we said this last week. Nathan Cartman at Albion Sports, 33 goals. and they've got relegated. It's bizarre, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I see the manager went yesterday.
Yeah, they've mutually agreed, haven't they? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a tough few
Pretty much
days.
half their goal for the season is that they scored 67. So his tally is pretty, is
Incredible.
nearly as bang on halfway as you can. So he's got half their goals for the season.
Well, if he wants to play at step 5, I presume with quite a few clubs would probably be in for him, wouldn't they, really, if he didn't want to step down? But time will tell. Then we had Suleiman Koulibaly Pickering, he got 33. Ashley Flynn does what Ashley Flynn does for Golcar. Did he start with Wakefield at the beginning of the season, didn't he, Ashley?
Yeah, this season he's done Wakefield, Maltby, and Golcar.
All right. Anyway, he finished with 30 goals. Oliver
Signed
Green,
on for next season as well.
Oh, he signed him from next season, has he? All right. Right. Very good. Oliver Green, Tadcaster, 26 goals. George Doyle, Golcar, 25. McKelvey Snellgrove, who scored that penalty on, sorry, Richard, on Saturday. He made his tally 23. Paddy Sykes from Campion, I've seen today. He's signed on from the next year, 1-year contract. He's got 23. Ewan Gregson at Campion, 21. And Jack McNamee at Bottisford, 21. And just quickly, we'll just go into Division 1 for the top scorers as well. Is our friend, and he's only got 1 game to go. Zach Khan with 68 goals. Now, did you say the record is Ashley Flynn, Richard, 72? Or was it 70?
Something like that.
Yeah. So he needs probably score a few goals because it's his last game on Tuesday in the West Riding Cup to get past to break that record. So maybe he shouldn't have gone on holiday. He might have broken it. So no, right. Second was Adam Basco at Durham District with 37. Jamie Austin, third with 36. Reece Thompson at Route 1, 32. So between them, Reece Thompson and Zach Khan, 100 goals. That's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got Nathan Perks. Oh, cool. Oh, we're in something anyhow. With 30 goals. So he was the 5th scorer. And then we've got Keelan Gist at Worsbrough with 28. Harry Clapham at Selby, 27. Omar Singh at Leeds, 26. Thomas Hinton at Wakefield. He's got 25 for size team. And Alex Ingham at Harrogate Railway for 24. So quite a few goals this season. And also, we're just going to quick look at the biggest home win in the Premier Division this year. This doesn't help Albion Sports. And apologies to the Albion Sports listeners, but Sheffield beat Albion 10-2 at home. That really affects your goal difference in 1 game, doesn't it?
Yeah, incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Sheffield got 6 against Beverley, and I'll never know to this day how they got 6 goals against Beverley.
No, that's incredible, really. No. And then biggest away wins. We all said about Thackley, how they, during this podcast this year, we saw how they've slipped down the league and they managed to stay up, but they've been credited, well, biggest away wins. Thackley lost 7 at home to Frickley and 7 at home to Handsworth. So that's not good for their
Good for
goals.
Frickley, because Frickley had a bit of an iffy season, didn't they? They started off, and up until recently, they've been looking like they could be battling to avoid the drop. And they picked up some form, but that's a good win to get them onto that list then.
Absolutely, yeah. And then if we're going to Division 1, the biggest home win of the season was Harrogate home to Glasshalton. Again, that was 10-0. So they had the scoring boots on that day, Si. So you'll be hoping they haven't got it on Saturday. And then Glasshalton, unfortunately, they're in the records again because they had Harrogate was the biggest home win, and the biggest away win was Glasshalton 1, Armthorpe 8. So that's really hammered their goal difference because at the end of the week, because when you look at it on the league table, I'm sorry to Glasshalton supporters, but their goal difference was in three figures, 124. So, but all the best from next year. I presume they'll be in, is it the Feed League? Is it the West Yorkshire they'll drop into? Is it
I would
something like that?
assume so, but you never know, do you, with the way that they shuffle leagues around. But I would think where they're situated, that would be the more logical
Yeah.
location for them.
Yeah. Biggest aggregate scores was Route 1 beat Winterton 9-1 back in October, and South Leeds had a 6-4 win at home to Louth Town in February. I remember that game. Yeah, that was a cracking game, wasn't it? Yeah. And then just
Sadly,
going on.
3 successive relegations for Winterton.
Yeah. It's. I mean, so when you look back, when they got promotion, 2 or 3 seasons ago into the Northern Premier League, obviously that's hit them hard financially with all the extra travelling, I imagine.
Yeah.
So is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because I suppose really, once you're in the Northern Premier League with all the higher costs, you need the crowds coming through, and it's a tougher league, isn't it? It could be a poison chalice, really, couldn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing.
they've done the opposite of Wrexham, haven't they? They've gone back to back to back, but going down, not going up.
Yeah.
But they've got some wealthy owners under Wrexham.
Well, yeah.
What's that? They've got that American known, haven't they? Oh,
It's Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack, as he's now known. I noticed the other day when I read something, he's changed his name. I dare say because everyone kept pronouncing it wrong, because it's Rob McElhenney. But he's now changed his name to Rob Mack.
Oh, right.
There's another thing for a quiz for you see.
There's another thing, yeah. You're coming out all these quiz questions tonight, Si. So
Not just entertainment and education.
Yeah. Just going quickly onto the club attendances, because we got to the end of the season. Look in Division 1, Big Town's attendances were their number one spot. Their attendances went up an incredible 68.97. It's nearly 69% up attendances. They had an average this year of 343. And that's really good, isn't it? Incredible.
It's a massive jump, isn't it?
Yeah. But in second spot is Wakefield. They've got an average of 288. So the move to Pontefract, you're up on 2.49%, slight increase, but
I think that's pleasing. Is that given the move, and when you do move, sometimes your fan bases can change a little bit because you get fans that don't want to travel as far. But we've also probably attracted a few fans that play, that go to Pontefract games that come up watch us now as well. So it's balanced out. So I think to have a slight increase on previous year, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many do you think there'll be on Saturday?
It's hard to tell. I've seen we want to try and break the 500 mark from what I've seen from the club's sort of promotion side, but you'd like to think it should be a lot higher than that, because you think you're going to get some neutrals as well. I mean, I don't know how many Harrogate are going to bring. We'll have plenty there, but I thought hopefully quite a few ground hoppers and the like who are going to come and watch as a neutral and enjoy a good game of football.
And the weather forecast, I think, is quite good for Saturday, so that will probably help as well.
It looked worse. It's getting better as it goes on now, so hopefully it continues that way. Yeah, because it was going to be raining sort of around about 3 o'clock, and now it's got about a 25% chance of that. So hopefully it's not too bad.
So hopefully a good turnout. So the message is on Saturday: get there early. Don't turn up at 5 to 3, because you could have been in a queue to help the volunteers.
And for anyone that is going, if you're coming and paying by cash, try and bring exact change. That's the message the club's put out as well. So I'll mention that on here as well. I'll remember.
Yeah. What I'll say for the Goal matches, cash is king. If you can pay cash, it helps the volunteers. Because with cards at Goal, we've had problems with our Wi-Fi all season, so it's processing it through cards, So cash is king.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.